Shalom, welcome to another video. And as always, before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and next double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of the great millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere Akim. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether people hear or whether they forbear. Alright, so today I'm going to be going into the topic of the United States debt ceiling. All right, and essentially what that means is that the United States government appoints a number that they do not want to pass in debt. Okay, because whenever the United States is not able to fund its spending habits, it has to take debt from another entity, or it has to print more money. Okay, if they take debt from another entity, obviously that raises the debt. Okay, if they print more money, then that devalues the dollar, okay, leading to hyperinflation. All right. So, okay, we are now in the beginning stages of 2025, approaching a debt ceiling. All right, which in times past, they've always just raised it. Okay, but all that does is dig the United States government into a deeper hole. All right, now how does this affect the average, everyday United States citizen? All right, well, if the United States reaches that debt ceiling, they appoint it and they reach it, then now they have to cut back on government spending. And the first things to go are going to be government funded programs such as Medicaid, Social Security. They're going to have to raise taxes because that's the only way that they can reverse, this debt that they're in, is to raise taxes, which is going to lead to hyperinflation. All right, well, most United States citizens are already barely getting by as it is. So what happens if everything goes up in cost? Okay, people are not going to be able to afford things. They're going to have to go without. And most Americans are not used to going without. So that's going to cause chaos. It's going to cause civil unrest. That's going to cause crime to go up. All right. And really, it all goes back to greed. Okay, that's where this comes from. And then you got the United States government spending money unwisely, sending money over there to the Israelis, sending money over there to the Ukraine. All right. And pretty much not taking care of what needs to be taken care of here at home. All right, bailing out, bankers and pretty much large corporations when they spend their money badly or, unwisely. And this has caused the United States American economy, all right, to pretty much, rise up, all right, in inflation. All right, because once again, that debt ceiling, that debt keeps raising up and they're trying to find a way to curb it. Okay, so with that being said, all these things that I'm speaking of are in the prophecies. All right, so that's what we do. Okay, we tell you what's going on in the world. We line it up with biblical prophecy so you know where you are in the biblical prophecy timeline, and to prepare yourselves. All right, and also to show you that there is no rest in this kingdom. Okay, this is not our rest. This is not our kingdom. All right, so really you need to forsake America, Babylon the Great spiritually, and prepare to be delivered, because this place is going to go out with a big bang. And the only ones that are going to be saved are those that are putting their trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so I've been speaking on this topic. I'm going to play a short clip, going into it. And then as always, bring out the prophecies, and Yahweh Rajah is edifying to the elect. So let's dive right into it. Okay, all right, we're back. So as you see, okay, they say that this debt ceiling is an issue that the Trump administration is going to have to, pretty much take head on once they get into office. All right. So, this is happening all very quickly. Now, once again, this isn't biblical prophecy, so we're going to go ahead and dive right into that, starting off here in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 3. And I'm going to read it in the New Living Translation. It says, "This vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed." All right. So this vision, okay, of what we talk about, the prophecies coming to pass, as we always say, race wars, class wars, civil wars, economic woes, all right, the economy crashing. Okay, this is not an issue that is, 20 years, 50 years away. Okay, the debt has risen. It has more than doubled in the past 10 years. Okay, the national debt. All right, So this is something eventually they're going to have to address it and take it head on, because if they keep on raising the debt ceiling, okay, the limit that they're going to take on, all they're going to do is dig themselves into a deeper hole. So eventually the bubble is going to pop. All right, and it's fastly approaching. All right, so this vision that we speak of civil unrest and the economy crashing, hyperinflation, all right, which will lead to famines and all kind of chaos. All right, it's gonna happen. Okay, now the last time that we had anything remotely similar to this was the Great Depression. But see, this time the United States is not going to recover from that. All right, not only because of the situation it's in, but also because America, Babylon the Great is in dire straits from multiple fronts. Okay, we're already pretty much entered into World War III. It just hasn't become physical yet. All right, we have different attacks that are happening on United States soil, on a pretty much weekly basis. All right, different tragedies like what we had happen in New Orleans this past, New Year's Eve a couple days ago. All right, so and we have millions and millions and millions of splinter cells that are ready for the green light to rise up and attack inwardly, okay, in a physical standpoint. So, there's many different things that are happening here in America, Babylon the Great, that are contributing to its downfall. All right. It was Apostle Tahar that said a few weeks back, he said that the average empire statistically has about 250 years. Well, in 2026, we would be at that 250th year of the United States. Okay, so it's coming to an end. All right, and us being the hopeful elect, we're looking forward to it, because once again, there's nothing. This is not our rest. Okay, we're here in this captivity. All right, but this is not our rest. We're not looking forward to this kingdom prospering, because we have something much greater coming on the other side. All right, but let's continue on. Habakkuk 2:4 in the NLT, it says, "Look at the proud; they trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked." All right, and who is the proud? That's talking about Esau. Okay, starting off with their elites, the elite banking families, the Rothschilds, the Gettys, the Bloombergs, Eisenhowers. Okay, these people are high-level witches and warlocks. Okay, they don't seek the Heavenly Father. Okay, they don't seek the counsel, even though they say one nation under God. Okay, they're talking about the God of this world. Okay, they're talking about the spiritual demon Satan, the left-hand side. They're not talking about the true power, the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh. All right. Okay, but it says, but the righteous will live by their faithfulness to the Most High. Okay, and that's talking about the elect. Okay, we're not worried about these things, because our life, consists of the word of the Most High. All right, as it says, man should not live by bread alone, but by every word of the Most High. Okay, so our life is based on faith that the Heavenly Father is going to deliver us from all these things coming down the pipeline. Habakkuk 2:5 NLT, it says, "Wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death, they are never satisfied." Okay, so the greed of Babylon the Great is what has destroyed this country, excuse me. All right, the greed of this place is what has destroyed this country and its economy. Okay, the pretty much sucking the people dry, and that's coming to an end. All right, and it's getting ready to end in chaos. All right, like even if you look at, even though the economy is what it is, and we're continually approaching that debt ceiling, and they keep having to raise it. All right, what do you see? You see record profits, all right, from these different companies. Okay, hyperinflation on the people. Okay, to where a dozen eggs is more than $4. All right, but yet these companies have record profits. Okay, and these corporate fat cats, they got their money, their wealth. Okay, pretty much all their heart's desires, but they're still not satisfied. They're still looking for ways to make more profits, and they're destroying the people. All right, but it says, in their greed they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many peoples. It says, verse 6, "But soon their captives will taunt them. They will mock them, saying, 'What a sorrow awaits you thieves. Now you will get what you deserve. You've become rich by extortion.' How much longer can this go on?" Okay, so that's exactly what's happening. Okay, now we're getting to a point where Americans are trying to come together, as all one people. Pretty much it's going to be the poor versus the rich. All right, but us as the hopeful elect, we understand that we're not a part of that. All right, we're just here watching the movie play out. All right, let's get this in the KJV. All right, it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. All right, now, when you go into the Hebrew word for thick clay, which this is the reason why, I don't like the other translations as much, because they change what it really means. You go into the Masoretic text, okay, and the KJV is more accurate. Okay, it says here, I like this, how long, in fact, it says, for how long, and makes himself rich with loans. All right, this is the word when it says thick clay. This is the word right here, Strong's H5671. All right, and it tells you, okay, it says that thick clay, as you see in the KJV translation, it says it's a weight of pledges or heavy debts. Okay, so they have made themselves rich and bailed themselves out through debt, pretty much. Okay, they've accumulated debt by put debt on the U.S. economy, on the U.S. government, but then they've waxen rich, okay, by bailing themselves out. All right. So the people are saying, how long will this continue on? All right. Let me close this, and we'll continue reading in the chapter. Habakkuk, chapter 2, and let's see, verse 7. Okay, NLT. Suddenly your debtors will take action. They will turn on you and take all you have while you stand trembling and helpless. Because you have plundered many nations, now all the survivors will plunder you. You committed murder throughout the countryside and filled the towns with violence. What sorrow awaits you who build big houses with money gained dishonestly? You believe your wealth will buy security, putting your family's nest beyond the reach of danger. But by the murders you committed, you have shamed your name and forfeited your lives. Okay, and that is exactly what we saw happen with that Luigi situation. Okay, where that healthcare CEO, was deleted. Okay, because once again, this is a further omen. People are sick of the rich, and their greed, and pretty much throwing the common folk under the bus. All right. So what is this going to cause? It's going to cause civil unrest and chaos. All right, let's go to Isaiah 24 in the NLT. Actually, matter of fact, you know what? Let's get Ecclesiastes. We'll close out with Isaiah 24. Let's get Ecclesiastes 12. All right. And I'm going to get this in the KJV, as a matter of fact. Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. I'm going to skip down to 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Okay, because when there's chaos and mayhem, nobody's going to be going to work. All right, businesses are going to shut down. All right, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and that all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. All right, let's get this in the NLT, see what it says. Okay, it says, verse 1, don't let the excitement of youth cause you to forget your Creator. Honor him in your youth before you grow old and say life is not pleasant anymore. Okay, verse 3, it says, remember him before your legs, the guards of your house, start to tremble, and before your shoulders, the strong men stoop. Remember him before your teeth, your few remaining servants stop grinding. Before your eyes, the women looking through windows see dimly. Remember him before the door to life's opportunities is closed and the sound of work fades. Now you rise at the first chirping of the birds, but then all their sounds will grow faint. All right, I don't like that one as much. That's okay though. Let's get Isaiah 24, and we'll get ready to close out in a minute. All right, Isaiah 24 in NLT. All right, and I'm let's see. I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says, the grapevines waste away, and there is no new wine. All the merrymakers sigh and mourn. The cheerful sound of tabourines is stilled. The happy cries of celebration are heard no more. the melodious chords of the harp are silent. Okay, because when ain't no money, people ain't gonna be. When there's famines out there, civil unrest, people are not gonna be partying. All right. It says, "Gone are the joys of wine and song. Alcoholic drinks turns bitter in the mouth. The city writhes in chaos. Every home is locked to keep out intruders." Because that'll kick off Second Ezra the 15th chapter. All right. It says, "Mobs gather in the streets, crying out for wine. Joy has turned to gloom. Gladness has been banished from the land. The city is left in ruins. Its gates are battered down. Throughout the earth, the story is the same. Only a remnant is left, like the stray olives left on the tree, or the few grapes left on the vine after harvest." Okay, so that's what it's going to come out to, man. All right, this if the economy collapses behind the greed of Esau, all right, then it's going to cause chaos. All right, and that will push us into Jacob's trouble. That's just one of the many things that could possibly lead to Jacob's trouble, the great tribulation. Okay, which is going to be, once again, many different things happening all at once. Okay, so I'm going to close out with that. Yahweh righteous, I was edifying. And as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. And until next time, Shalom.